You've been moving through me the last couple of days quite strongly. I've been perceiving the field, as well as so many other things moving through. And one of the first things that I wanted to speak about today is that I'm aware that on this call, there are a number of beings who are going through very difficult moments, very difficult times, facing great challenge on the physical level and therefore on all the human level. And I'm aware that some beings have the feeling to sit back and not be seen and stay quiet. And this is absolutely welcome. I fully respect this. And I perceive and feel where you are. And I know those moments. I know it in myself. This is the message that I want to give to you, is that, you know, because you think that you are alone in this. And you hold yourself back and keep yourself in a little corner. And I want you to know that you are not alone. That there are more than a few beings on this call feeling that way. And who are challenged greatly on a physical level. And as on the last call, Olga came forward and showed herself so openly. She just showed everything, her fear, her panic, her burnout, her everything. She showed it as a representation of that aspect, which some of us face and move through. That's an aspect which many of us either have been through, are going through, or will go through, because that is part of what is taking place in our collective. Huge burnout, huge panic, huge fear is taking place collectively as a race of human beings. We are faced with extremes that we haven't been faced with quite like this before. We've faced so much in our humanness, but not what we're facing right now. And in the midst of that, being called to awaken, to know ourselves, to self-realize, for our eyes to open and to know the beingness that is really already free, regardless of this human experience. And everything that is in this human experience is pointing to self-realization. Everything. There's nothing left out of that. So if you are one who is, you know, I know for myself that when this kind of thing begins to happen, the body breaks down and all that brings with that, we can start to imagine that we did something wrong and that, you know, all these kind of things. And really, 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 it is all a deepening. It's a deepening. Life calls you deeper and takes you through the most excruciating and challenging experience as a call to awakening and deepening. And on this little field that we have here, connected in our energy together, we are a field of awakening beings. Yeah? No matter what stage you are at, whether you're just stumbling on the beginning of self-realizing, you are still awakening. You are an awakening being. Doesn't matter about the stage. We are all in different stages of this self-realizing which never ends. So the challenges that you're facing, you are not alone in that. And when somebody comes forward like Olga did last week, this allows for many others to go, oh, it's not just me, you know. And in that, it's like a giving of yourself, which supports so many to know that you are not alone, that we are, no matter what stage you're in, no matter what you're going through, we are here in this together as one. Yeah. And the first thing that I want to really make really elaborate on is that you are already free. Even if the experience is not. Any and every single one can and does know and find freedom in the midst. Because it's your nature. And it is not when you get to a certain place or space. It's right here, right now. What you are is free. And whatever it is that is being made new through your life stream is the undoing of all that has come before on the level of humanness. The makeup of this body-mind is a product of what has come down through the ages, through our ancestors, and most of them didn't have the opportunity for self-realization. It used to be just a few beings, rare beings, awakened to realize, self-realize. But now it's not a few rare beings, and it's not through extreme experience. You don't need a great big awakening experience for this. It's being given in a gradual downpouring through many, many beings, and definitely through you. So you are the opportunity that through you lives the opportunity that was not possible to come undone through your ancestors. What they could not process and face through their forms has just simply changed form into what you show up as on this level of humanness. And through you is the opportunity to face and process what could not be undone before you and is right here, right now. What you are facing is an accumulation of that and the opportunity within it to make and be the change in humanity. You're not a little person. You're showing up as one through a form, which is the whole of humanity. You're showing up with one aspect. And through you is the opportunity. Just as it is through me. There is no separation. How will you meet all this? How will you face all this? Surely you will not still get caught up on little triggers that trigger your little system, your little personal self. Surely you will not still get hung up on that. You will see them, you'll experience them, you'll meet the struggle within, but you will easily let it go. Easily, just easily. You let it go, you let it go, you let it go, because in your awakeness, it cannot stick. The glue to which it will stick is this identification with a separate little me. That's the stickiness. So welcome. Welcome, and know that whoever comes through forward and begins to share and whatever, just know that you are a representative of the whole, that particular aspect, and you are freeing the whole. There is nothing personal here.